There, you are talking about something very important and interesting about networking. So, is networking a selling tool?
I will surprise some people.
Yeah.
Because I'll say yes, networking is a sales tool. And I've always said networking isn't selling, but there's a difference. It is a sales tool, but it's not selling. So if I meet you at a networking event, or, which we did originally a few years ago, or as we are now, you're in my network, if I turn around and just try to sell to you, that would be wrong. And that's not what networking is about. And unless you're in a position where you are interested, you'll actually become very tired of that very quickly, and the friendship, the trust would wither away. However, if I want to increase my sales in a business, I rely on my network to do that. So if I build a strong level of trust with you, if you understand what I'm looking for and you have the connections that are right for me, and you recognise that, you'll introduce me. And my philosophy is very much, I'd rather have you refer me 5 times than buy from me once. And so where people think networking is selling and they go into an event and just try and sell to each other, they lose sight of that concept. And put very simply, if you have a room full of people trying to sell, I can't think of a worse place to try and do it, because no one's looking to buy. So you're better off building relationships.
Yeah. You use some keywords. Trust.
Yes.
Trust in people.
Yeah.
How do you build your reputation, the trust people have in you?
Yeah. Patiently is the first thing. Don't expect people to trust you straight away. I went to an event a few years ago where they started with speed networking, where you had 2 lines of people and you had to move along the line and introduce yourself. And one person was told to ask the other, "How can I help you?" Which is a crazy question to ask someone you've never met before, because there's no trust there.
I agree.
Yeah. So when someone said to me, "Well, I'm a web designer, I want clients," I had to be honest and say, well, I know web designers that I've known for years. So while over time, who knows, I might be willing to help you, there's nothing I can do for you now in that sense, because you have to be honest. So the first thing is patience. The second is building a relationship. I believe that trust comes from relationship building, and relationships come from rapport. So finding things in common, laughing together, joking, having fun. When you go to networking events, people run around saying, "What do you do? What do you do?" Without actually finding out what they've got in common. If you go up to someone and say, "What do you do?" and their response is something that's totally of no interest to you whatsoever. So I know you're an art lover. So if I said I'm a gallery owner, great, we've got a conversation. But if I say I'm an estate agent, you might not know where to go with that. So that's not going to build any rapport. And if without the rapport you can't build the relationship that leads to trust. So I think there's that element of liking each other. The other part of it though that's very interesting is that trust also comes from knowing someone does a good job. So you may actually not like each other, but you may trust each other. And I run exercises in some of my workshops where we look at how trust is built. And what we look at in particular is why the people on those workshops refer people in their network. And we often get the debate, do you refer someone because you like them, or do you refer someone because you know they do a good job? So you build trust both by being good at what you do and being able to communicate that, but also by building relationships.